Hi guys, welcome to my favourites video of the month. This is September and I've actually haven't done a favourites video in a while now, so I've got a couple of things to mention that I may have not mentioned before that you may be interested in. So the first thing is by a brand called c.Booth, which looks like this. I've tried one of their other products which I purchased from Ulta, which was a really big lotion which had like some sort of chemical exfoliant. I think it was an AHA exfoliant, and what I didn't like about that is that I wear self-tan, so it's kind of removing the self-tan. It's great if you don't wear self-tan, you want to keep your skin really fresh and smooth, but personally for me it didn't work out. So I requested this as a sample because I really wanted to try it for you guys, and if I liked it I wanted to mention it. And this is the Egyptian Argan Oil Body Butter, and it comes like this. I'm very on top of moisturising myself. I don't feel right if I don't moisturise my body after showering. Sometimes my skin can feel a bit dry, especially in, you know, coming towards the winter time and the change of seasons. This is kind of greasy if I'm honest with you. Well, it's not greasy, but it's just very thick, and when you put it on you can still feel it throughout the day, which is a good thing because obviously, you know, it's keeping your skin hydrated. But if you don't like the feeling of having moisturization or greasiness, as you may call it, you may not like this, but personally I love it. It has cocoa butters and shea butters, and it's just a really nice you know, body butter that doesn't have a really strong fragrance. It smells very kind of natural in a way. So the next thing is actually a hair tool, and I also do videos for, I also do videos for the website Beauty News NYC, so you should check that out if you haven't. I think one of the videos I did on this 3-dot liner from Clarins and Laura Geller is up now, so if you want to check that out, feel free. And I was requested a sample for my next video for them, which is the Kate Middleton hair tutorial, and I was actually recommended to get this for the tutorial, and this is the T3 Bodywaver. Now what's great about this, it doesn't necessarily give you curls, but it can give you that salon blow dry look that's really hard to achieve if you don't have hours upon hours to sit there with a round brush and a hairdryer. So you can like use it to curl under like that if you want a kind of a bouncy look. If you have straight hair but you want a bit more texture to it, you could also take a front piece and then curl it away from your hair. It really gives you a nice natural voluminous look, and that's what I really like about it. And let me just say, like, the design of this is absolutely beautiful. It has a little crystal there that you turn on and the little lights flash. Like, I just think it's amazing, and it stands up like this, and I can't recommend it enough. It heats up really fast to a good temperature, and you can create styles that, you know, would normally take you a long time, so I recommend that a lot. I've also been on the hunt for a gel polish kit. Now, I came across a couple that I wanted to try. I think it was the red carpet manicure, which I have tried in the past when I used to work at Harvey Nichols back in England, and we used to do that all the time when we had downtime, and I really like it and stuff, but I wanted something a bit different. And I heard about these CND Vinylux polishes, which you don't actually need a, you know, LED lamp for. So it contains a certain ingredient that actually helps cure the nail while it's actually been exposed to the light. So what you do is you're not meant to use a base coat at all, which I know is kind of scary, but you're not meant to. And then you take the weekly polish, which obviously is the shade of the polish, and you apply 2 coats of that, and then you just apply the top coat. And I actually bought these to the nail salon the other day, hoping they wouldn't charge me more, that the fact it's gel, even though you don't need to set it under a light. I just thought they would be like, oh, what's this? You know, you want to pay extra if you want to use this. So I was like telling the guy, I was like sitting down having a pedicure as you do, and I said, look, you don't need to use a base coat. And he's like, yeah, sure, fine. What does he do? I'm sitting there, he pulls out the base coat that he's about to use, and I don't want to say no, it's actually gel polish, because then they're going to charge me extra. So I was like, you know, fine, whatever, use a base coat, because he said my nails would get yellow and stuff. So I said, whatever, use a base coat. And I did it on my toes, and even though he used a base coat, it's been pretty much fine. So, you know, maybe you could use a base coat, but it just wouldn't be the best effect for it. It's not what you're meant to do. But anyway, that was my little dilemma yesterday, which really annoyed me. But he also used a base coat on my hands, but he used the top coat. And this colour here that I really like is called Burnt Romance, and I thought this was really pretty for the fall. And my nails have like been breaking a lot recently, so I'm trying to grow them, and I think short nails look really nice with dark polish. So I have that on, and hopefully they last longer than just regular polish, because I feel like when I pay that much money to get my manicure done and then like 2 days later they're chipping, like it just, I'm the sort of person that has to take it off and redo the whole thing, so that's kind of annoying. And I actually had this colour before and I applied it myself. This one is called Lavishly Loved, and I applied this and it didn't chip for about 6 days, and it was really hard wearing and really nice. So I really recommend these, and I bought them off Amazon. Next product, I was on the hunt for something new in Sephora, and I came across this Makeup Forever professional face brush. This is synthetic hairs. I think the whole line is actually synthetic. I believe they're handmade, that's what they say in the store, and the packaging is just beautiful. And to be honest, when I first started doing makeup as a younger girl, I would always use, you know, just the typical flat foundation brush. But as you know, learn more options, I just started using like buffing brushes and sponges, and you know, you just explore all the different options. Well, I thought this would give you like that line effect and it wouldn't really buff into the face, and I saw another beauty guru on YouTube, I think it was Lana, Makeup by Lana Baby, Liana, I really don't know, but yeah, she used this and applied the foundation and it just blended seamlessly. It's really easy to get into the eyes. Just a really nice brush, can't recommend it enough. So this is the 108 Straight Face Brush for liquid and cream foundation. Next product that I bought as well is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. This is a matte nude primer that kind of, what's the word, evens out the eye colour, gives a nice creamy base, good for fair to medium skin tones. And I've been using it every single day. I just take a bit, apply it with my finger, blend it all over. I have a bit of freckles in my crease, which tends to look like eyeshadow. So when I apply this, it just evens it out. I just apply it all the way to the top of my brow bone, blend it in, wait a couple of minutes for it to dry, because it does dry as well. And I honestly think that it's amazing. I remember when Urban Decay used to have that other packaging that was like hard and plastic, and you really couldn't get the product out. And I remember my friend actually cut hers in half with like a little mini saw to get like the other product out, but now they come in tubes, which is really good. And I was looking to create a neutral palette, and I didn't want to spend the money on the MAC eyeshadows, and I know a lot of people on YouTube have been mentioning the Makeup Geek eyeshadows. So I went on the website and there were like $5.99 each for the eyeshadow, and they also sell the Z palette on there. And I was figuring out how many eyeshadows you can fit in the Z palette, the small one. You can fit 9 eyeshadows in, so I bought 6 just to start off with, and I just picked colours that I think would work well. Am I going to name all the colours? Okay, I will. So this black one here is called Corrupt. This one here is called Vanilla Bean, very similar to Vanilla by MAC. This one here is Cocoa Bear. This one here I believe is Creme Brûlée. Oh damn it. This one's Beaches and Cream. And this one here is Latte, and they blend really beautifully. They're a little bit, I wouldn't say powdery, but like I always get eyeshadow around. They just really like, I wouldn't say fall out because it doesn't fall out on your eye, but they're very, very soft and creamy. So soft that sometimes you get a bit of fallout and it doesn't really stick together. You know, for instance, this is the way I'm going to explain it. If you put a brush in, it picks up a lot of products up. So it's very creamy in a way, not powdery, but just very easy to get the product from the brush onto your face. But they blend beautifully. Today I have on Vanilla Bean all over. I blended the transition colour all the way up to the brow bone. All over I have on, which one is it? Oh, sorry. This one and this one, and it just gives a beautiful everyday neutral look, and I'm sure I'm always going to travel with this. The thing with other palettes you buy from the store, there's always going to be one colour that you don't like, so it's good to make your own palette, especially if you want to rush in the morning. Next thing is this Miceller water from Be Pure, which is a line from Superdrug in the UK. I picked this up before I left here, before I moved to America, sorry. And I use this once I've taken my makeup off with my wipes, and then I cleanse. Sometimes I have leftover makeup, so I kind of use this as a toner just to remove, but obviously I don't have a lot left now. But this range is really good for, you know, purse friendly skincare that really works. Really good ingredients in here, and it's very gentle, and I can't recommend this enough. So check this out if you're around Superdrug. Okay, eyebrows. Now eyebrows, I've tried so many eyebrow products. I've tried Benefit, which one? The Benefit Browsings. I've tried every single MAC eyeshadow I've tried Lancome, I've tried L'Oreal, I've tried Clarins, and to be honest, like, each product has its good points and bad points, and sometimes I don't want to look like I've got really thick drawn on brows, so I like to kind of make them look natural but polished. So I found this little new way that I do every morning just to make them more defined but not drawn on. So I use the Tarte Emphaseyes Eyes for Brows in Taupe, which is a very light colour. Comes like this, looks a lot like the Anastasia Brow Wiz packaging, and one end you get a spoolie, which is very useful, and the other end is the product. It's a retractable pen, so you twist it up and apply it. So I do this all the front of my brows here just to fill them in, but not to have that line here. So I do that till about here, and onward here is where I need more definition. So then I picked up this Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I haven't purchased this since it had new packaging, and the new packaging is really pretty. This is in Brunette, so it's a bit darker. This also has a spoolie on one end, and the other end is obviously the product. Just to mention, this one is waterproof and this one is not. So what I do with this is I just define the outer corner. If I use this colour Brunette here, it's going to look too much. So these two for me are real standout products. So I've been trying out these products here from L'Oreal. This comes in a set of 3, and this is the L'Oreal Eye Calligraphy, and this comes as an eyeliner set. Now if you're obsessed over doing a wing or a fine line or a thick line or whatever you're obsessed with, this is perfect for you. So you get the fine one, which is obviously very pointed to a tip, and it's really good at getting on the inner corner. Then you get the classic, which is just a bit thicker. You could even use this all over the whole lid, but this one's a little bit thicker. And then you get the slanted tip, if I can find it. So this is the, oh crap. Okay, this is the slanted tip. Now what's great about this is it makes it really easy to create a wing. You just take it and flick up, and then you can fill in with the rest. I might do a tutorial on them, but they're really good, and I can't recommend them enough. So while I was in the UK, I got sent this product here, which is a primer. This is the Sarah McNamara Miracle Skin Transformer SPF 20. This is like a tinted primer basically, and it comes in light, medium and dark. This is medium, and when I first tried this I wasn't super impressed by it, but I really have been reaching for it recently just to prime my skin, and I like the fact that it has the SPF 20, so if I don't want that white overcast or I don't want to add another layer of SPF, then I can just rely on this. So this hydrates and mattifies at the same time, so it doesn't dry out your skin, but it still gives that mattified look. It has an antioxidant complex, and it actually gives you a tiny bit of coverage, but I actually find it's a really good skin perfector. Before I didn't really look at the results, but now I really think that it just gives you a beautiful airbrushed effect on the face. Let me just blend it in. It also fills in your pores really nicely as well. So this is what it looks like. It's just silky smooth. I believe it's definitely feels silicone based to me, but I really like this. On the back it just says improves skin's texture and pore size, minimises fine lines, reduces the look of pigmentations, evens out skin tone, and gives you a luminous finish. Gives you kind of a glow, and you can build up the coverage, but this is just a beautiful base for me, and I have dry skin. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, I have one more product to talk about. This is the Alganist Triple Action Micro Polish and Peel. I do a lot of exfoliating. I normally use like once or twice a week, or once a week I use the Kate Somerville Exfoliating Gentle, which is kind of the same concept of as this, but this is a lot more intense. I would probably just use this once a week and not anything else. So what you do is you put it on, scrub it in, and then you leave it on for a couple of minutes. So it has the physical beads, which are really small and rounded, so they're not gonna, you know, hurt your skin in any way. And then it has the 10% glycolic acid on it as well, and 10% fruit enzymes. So that's a pretty good percentage for a product like this. It just does what it says. I just really like it, and it makes my skin really smooth. So I recommend that if you're looking for a more intense exfoliating product. The other things I have to talk about are just some deco, like fall things, I guess. And since I've been here, like in the States, people are obsessed over like the seasons. Like if you go into a store like Target, they'll have like all the decorations for fall and the wreaths and everything like that, and it's very different to the UK, and the leaves are like changing colours. It's really beautiful. So Jack got me this little like bouquet type of thing from Wegmans, which is a food store, and I've just put it on my table. But to be honest, fall doesn't last that long here, so I'm probably only going to have it up for a short while, but I really like that. And then the other day I was in New York shopping, and I went to this place called ABC Kitchen and Home, and it's this really nice kind of department store just for furniture, home, rugs, you know, really like unique, hard to find pieces. And they had this jewellery section with this beautiful like Thai jewellery, I think, the handmade, and it was like $30, which I thought was amazing and really, really cute. So I picked these up. It's just cool because no one else is really going to wear these, you know, you're not going to find this in the high street and stuff, and you know that it's been handmade. And I don't know, I like finding cute little accessories at places like that, because you wouldn't expect, you know, them to sell anything like this really. And they also had a skincare section with all these like hard to find like organic brands I've never personally heard of, and I kind of try and educate myself with skincare brands. But yeah, they had all these amazing skincare brands, beautiful candles. So if you're in New York, definitely check it out. It's on 8th Avenue, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it's ABC Kitchen. So I went there, and then I went to this other place called, I think it's Fish's Eddy, and it's this like alternative kind of home store that sells a combination of vintage cutlery, plates, and like mugs and, you know, little things like that. And I got these two little placemat things, coasters, and they're just made from wood, and I just thought they were really unique and pretty, just better than your just average coaster, you know. So I picked that up as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and hope it wasn't too long for you, and let me know if you tried anything I've mentioned. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Hopefully I'm going to try and do a video with Jack soon, but it's really hard because we don't really have the same, you know, days off together, so we need to, I guess, work on that and put a video up soon. So I hope you're having a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.